2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Going for a right side here, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Here we go, here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Come on out here, come get some. Hey, gun. Come get some. 21. Mike 50. Hey, orbit.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Garoppolo now. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here we go,
so line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Go! I got you.
Mike's 50.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Hey,
Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, gun.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
I'm coming.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Los Angeles.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Let's put that team on the front.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like
yeah,
that?
yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
First carry for Darius Geis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Check out. 290.
Third and 2, Locke. He's got a man. It's Williams. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On 1st down, this is Geis. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Line 40.
Check 52's the mark.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Watch your slack.
Hey, Steve 6.
52's the mic right here. 52's the mic. Here we go. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
Man, that's trash.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Well, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here we go, here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think of...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
52, 52. Here we go.
Off of play action. Luck. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
11 feet.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike.
I got it.
Play action. It's Locke. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Out of the gun, Geis.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Where's it go?
540.
Choose the Mike. Go, baby. Return over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
11. Mike 52. Mike 52. Check tight end. Check
Bravo.
Check tight.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Now watch run. Watch run.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
First down, Los Angeles.
Check out. 565.
52's the Mike. They can't hang with us.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Man, I got you.
No. Check that. Hey, check.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
Luck on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Let's go.
86
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now a hit and lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Motion, motion, motion. My 50.
Cross.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Hey, exit.
52, my 52.
Now it's Love. Got a man open. That's Harry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Hey, Haywood.
Watch the slant. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
I'm scared. 52's the mic. Mike 52. Mike 52.
Throwing on 3rd down. Love. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley, from the right hash. This from 48. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. All right, T. Let's turn. All right, T.
Go, Mike.
Now Garoppolo. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Single.
Hey, gun.
I got motion. Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. 10 yards there, good enough for the Jags first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Here we go. Black 80! One, Omaha.
Check curls.
I got you.
Banjo.
Lock! They're not ready for this, man. Hey, go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Trying to cover Cooper there a little too closely.
And he's such a tough cover because he runs his route so well. Hard to stay with him and hard to figure out exactly where the break points are.
Here we go.
And in this case, he created another pass interference call.
I'm coming after you.
Black!
I'm coming after you.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground.
Check.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Chargers' 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I don't think you got it, sir.
Watch the safety creep.
6 guys. Check 6.
21. Here we go. Hey, come on.
Fournette running out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
That's good for another Jacksonville first and 10 at the 18.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Switch.
Go.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Block on third down. He's got his man. It's Williams. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Motion, motion, motion. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Let him know. 11. Let him know, let him know. 550. Hey, Zoo. Come on, come on.
On first and 10, Locke. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Catch is made by Harry. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Yeah, that's what I do.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Shotgun handoff now to Geis.
You ain't going nowhere.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
To throw his left. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check. Crunch. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Like 20.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check 9.
21. General West.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
12.
You got 3 down.
Like 52.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Check three. 11Z.
Third down, here's Geis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a run with Geis. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Switch. 11Z. Check safety. Mexico.
Here's Geis. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, Mexico. Check. Topper.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Flushed out right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check 13.
Here's Locke. And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 37. Check 37.
Alert. Flare.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
52.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check that.
Back to the ground game now with Geis. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First down, Chargers.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Jumper. Quo.
Geis. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Kill.
Protein spill.
Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got this.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Not here. Rush in.
12.
Watch the shot.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now a handoff. Geis going right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He's back to throw. It's Williams on the catch. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Wide, 622. 12.
On the draw, they go to Geis. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Check. Lucky. One man.
Hey, check.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. 65.
Geis, they'll try to run it. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for our visitors, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.